I received a message from a woman and it reads, I'm in my 40s and I've never been married. However, I do desire marriage. I met a man a few years older than I, and we started communicating, and I discovered he has a relationship with Christ, respects marriage, and honors abstinence, has a job and no children. He meets a number of qualities that I ask God for when it comes to a mate. But, see, that but is getting so many women in trouble when it comes to dating. Today on my YouTube channel, I'm talking about how you can have emotional sex and not even know it. Come on and join in today's discussion. The soul knows emotional sex. What is it? I received a message from a woman and it read, I'm in my 40s and I've never been married. However, I do desire marriage. I met a man a few years older than I, and we started communicating, and I discovered he has a relationship with Christ, respects marriage, and honors abstinence, has a job and no children. He meets a number of qualities that I ask God for when it comes to a mate. Issue number 1. He told me he had a history of cheating in past relationships, but he believes he's been delivered. Issue number 2. After 4 months of talking, we never defined our relationship, and a few things happened, and I decided to disconnect from him. Issue number 3. Lately, I've had a strong desire to reach out to him, but I don't know why. We have a lot in common, and there is something about him that tugs at my heart. Come on, have a seat, gather around, and let's talk. Most of the Christian community is familiar with the term soul tie, but few people truly understand how powerful a soul tie can be. See, we were created as three-part beings: body, soul, and spirit. The Greek word for body is soma. The Greek word for soul is psyche. And the Greek word for spirit is pneuma. In psychology, the psyche is the totality of the human mind, conscious and subconscious. Today, I want to talk about our soul. Our soul is made up of 3 parts: the mind, the will, and emotion. Psalms 139:14 says, my soul knows it well. And then Lamentations 3:20 says, my soul remembers. What does your soul know? And what does your soul remember? Let's look at issue number 3 first. The message read, I have a strong desire to reach out to him, but I don't know why. See, what's happening is her soul, her mind, remembers his voice. Her mind remembers the words he spoke to her. Her mind remembers their conversations. Oftentimes, a soul tie is created from a conversation, and it doesn't even have to be sexual in nature. The other part of the soul that reinforces a soul tie is our emotions. See, your mind remembers what he said, but it's your emotions that paint the picture of how he said it. And now your will, the decision-making part of your soul, is awakened and wants to reach out to him through conversation. See, my husband tells people he got in my head, and that's how he convinced me to marry him, and it's so true. We weren't talking about sex. We started sharing our dreams and other intimate details of our lives, and we formed a bond through constant communication. Let's look at issue number 2. 4 months is a long time to talk to somebody without knowing the direction the relationship is headed. Within 4 months, you should know if you are friends and nothing more, or friends working toward becoming an exclusive item. Which brings me to say, you should not only have physical boundaries in place, but emotional boundaries as well. A good emotional boundary for guarding your heart is not opening up and sharing details of what you desire too soon, like marriage or your past. As women, let's just tell the truth and shame the devil. Most of us tell too much too soon. And if it doesn't run him off, then we keep right on going, full speed ahead. Something I learned years ago, and I'm sharing this principle with you. I call it the KISS, K-I-S-S method. It stands for keep it short and sweet. See, some of y'all just talk too much and you tell everything, and sometimes that will run him away. Keep the conversation short and sweet. Now, let's tackle issue number 1, where he told her that he had a history of cheating. See, when a man gets emotionally vulnerable with you, that's like him pulling off his clothes so you can see him with the lights on. Girl, do you know how uncomfortable that is? Just imagine how you feel looking at yourself in the mirror with the lights on. Uh-oh, just as I thought. He shared an insecurity with her because he believed she could handle it. But because some women have a fancy degree, own their own home, this luxury vehicle, they feel like, well, I don't need that type of man in my life. If he cheated before, he'll cheat again. But that's not true. When a man trusts you enough to let you know his weakness, you are supposed to take what he said to God in prayer. See, that's something you do as a wife. You cover your husband's weaknesses, his insecurities. You don't go around judging him on them. You cover him in prayer because he saw something in you enough to confide and to release that personal information to you. See, some of you are praying for a husband, and God keeps presenting marriage-minded men to you. But you're reading all these memes on social media about settling, and you're missing out on the love of a lifetime. Guess what? You're not perfect. So why would you expect God to send you a perfect mate? When you marry the man that complements your life, you will grow together. And growth is not instant and it's not overnight. Growth is a steady process that happens when two people are in it to win it.